Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Builds by Bailey. Today we're going to be working on the Corolla again, so follow along while we install the new Techno Toy Tuning 4-link bars on the Corolla. Just like the last video, this one comes with 2 long bars, 2 short bars, a bag of bolts and hardware, and it also has those same CNC spacers like last time. I opted for the all Heim joint version of this. They also have it with bushings if you want to use the bushings. The all Heim joint is going to give you a little bit more feel to the road, so it'll be a little harsher of a ride. So before we start unbolting things, I'm going to show you a couple of things on the new arms that we're going to do first before we ever unbolt the old stuff. So it comes with a right hand thread and a left hand thread Heim joint on here, along with the locking nut as well. Make sure your locking nuts are backed all the way out. We also want to make sure that we've got these Heim joints kind of zeroed with each other. So that way when you go to turn the center, it's either going to push out or pull in depending on what you need to do. I like to go ahead and preset by setting everything all the way in as far as it'll go, and then turning my Heim joints to where they're both in the same orientation. You don't want one like sideways and the other one straight up and down. That's not going to give you what you need. So make sure that you have everything turned the direction that it needs to be when you go to put it in the car. In the last video, we replaced the panhard bar with the Techno Toy Tuning's panhard bar, or lateral bar that they call it. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to unbolt it from the one side so we can go ahead and we can drop the axle out of here. We're going to go ahead and unbolt that. We're going to unbolt the 4 pieces that are on here for the short bars and the long bars of the 4-link, and go ahead and take the axle out. We're going to leave the bars attached to the body because I want to set the new 4-link bars to the old ones. We don't really need to adjust any of the settings on them. We don't need to make it shimmy left or right or however, so we're just going to set everything to standard. Now that you have the axle out from underneath the car, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the 4-link bars out one by one and match them up with the ones that we're going to put in. Now that we have it out, we need to go ahead and we need to match it up with it. So I've already set the back at the same length, so we need to bring the front forward about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So go ahead and take your T3 4-link bar. Like I said, make sure that those bars are loose, and we're going to slowly crank out on that bar and make sure that everything moves at the same time. You want both sides to move independently. And then keep checking your distance to make sure it's all even. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take those CNC spacers, the ones just like on the last video. We're going to take those, we're going to insert the small end into our Heim joint on either side. So those are in there now. It also comes with new hardware, so make sure you use your new hardware because your old may be a little rusty. So anytime you can use new hardware, go ahead and install that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this part up underneath, and just like the old one came out, we're going to slide the bolt in its easiest way. So we now have all the 4-link bars installed. We're going to go ahead and we're going to roll the axle back up underneath and bolt it all back together. that's going to do it for this episode of Builds by Bailey. I hope you enjoyed me putting the 4-link kit on the Corolla. Next episode we're going to go to the front end of the car, so that's wrapping up the rear end this time. So I've got just about everything you can put on the front end from Techno Toy Tuning for the front as well. We're going to add some Mad Camber in the front to give us some good drift angle. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you.